We all mess up. It's the honest truth. Being human is to err at times. Sometimes unintentionally, where we just don't foresee the consequences, but at other points, maybe more selfishly, more deliberately. Maybe sometimes out of fear. We hurt others and we hurt ourselves. And that's true not just of us, but also of Jesus' disciples. And I think particularly of a moment with Peter as Jesus is headed towards the cross. And maybe Peter's kind of watching on in the distance, in the background, and he's met by a number of individuals who are like, "Don't you know this Jesus? You've travelled with him, you know him, don't you?" And he's like, "No." And not just once, not just twice, but 3 times he denies even meeting Jesus. I'm sure that's one of those moments that he would look back on and regret for years to come. But thankfully for Peter and for us, that's not the end of his story. As we're going to read on in John 21. The others stayed with the boat and pulled the loaded net to the shore, for they were only about 100 yards from the shore. When they got there, they found breakfast waiting for them, fish cooking over a charcoal fire and some bread. "Bring some of the fish you've caught," Jesus said. After breakfast, Jesus asked Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" "Yes, Lord," Peter replied. "You know I love you." "Then feed my lambs," Jesus told him. Jesus repeated the question, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" "Yes, Lord," Peter replied. "You know I love you." "Then take care of my sheep," Jesus said. A 3rd time he asked, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter was hurt that Jesus had asked the question a 3rd time. He said, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." Jesus said, "Then feed my sheep." Jesus offers forgiveness. It's something that I don't think we as Christians could ever overstate, that we are offered the wonder of the forgiveness of God, that he loves and cares for each one of us so much and offers us a path to be forgiven for our past mistakes, regardless of how big they may be, regardless of how many, how overwhelming they may seem, that there is always in Jesus a path to forgiveness. It's a truth for us, it's a truth for everyone we meet, it's a truth for Peter. One of the problems, though, when it comes to forgiveness is that it's not just that someone offers it to us, but we also need to accept it. We also need to embrace what we're offered when it comes to forgiveness. And sometimes it can be super easy to just hold on to the mistakes of the past. Someone else may have moved on, but we definitely haven't. We still beat ourselves up about those same regrets. To be offered forgiveness is to lean into that new path, that new walk of God. Or the other thing we can do with forgiveness is sometimes treat it too lightly. The complete opposite end of the scale, where we just passively think, "Oh, that's nice," and we don't really embrace it. To be forgiven by God is to be transformed. Not passively, not holding on to the mistakes of the past, but to be transformed as a new creation, walking the path that he calls us to. Because that's what happens with Peter. He has his mistakes, I'm sure he regrets them, but through encounter with Jesus, he's put back on that path that he was always meant to walk, called to feed the sheep. And as we know, Peter goes on to be a great shepherd to many in Jesus' name. So what are we going to do with the regrets, the mistakes that we have in our past? Are we going to let them define us, or are we going to listen to the call of God? A call that offers forgiveness, restoration, redemption, and renewal, that we can truly be new creations in his name, that we can walk the path that he calls us to, free of the burdens that once weighed us down. So listen, be honest, be truthful with God, and embrace the forgiveness that he offers, which is like no other.